You ever notice how the deepest moments of your life never happen when the sun is out? They happen when the world is sleeping, when your room is dark, when even your own reflection feels like a stranger. That's when the truth finally speaks, slow, cold, and impossible to ignore. Tonight, I want you to hear that truth, not the fake comfort, not the stories you tell yourself so life hurts less. I mean the truth that sits heavy on your chest at 3 a.m., the truth that doesn't care about your excuses, the truth that has been waiting, watching, whispering. Listen, because this moment right here might be the one that changes you forever. You think you're tired because life is hard, but you're tired because you've been running away from yourself, running from your potential, running from the battles you were born to fight. You've been giving your energy to everything except your purpose, and that's why every day feels the same. You keep waking up to a life that doesn't feel like yours. You keep tolerating people who don't respect you. You keep shrinking to fit into spaces that were too small for you even before you walked in. And deep down, you know it. You know you're meant for more. You can feel it. Like pressure under your skin. Like a fire locked in a steel cage. Like a shadow version of you standing behind you, waiting to be released. That version of you, the stronger you, is tired of waiting. The shift begins. Something inside you is waking up, and once it wakes, nothing in your life will stay the same. You've spent too long trying to be what the world accepts, trying to move soft, trying to stay small, trying to blend in. But you weren't built for soft. You weren't built for average. You weren't built to be the background character in your own life. You were built with depth, with weight, with a kind of intensity that scares people who don't understand it. That's why they misjudge you. That's why they underestimate you. That's why they keep trying to push you into roles you've outgrown. But the real problem isn't them. It's you. You believed them. You believed you weren't ready. You believed you weren't enough. You believed every lie that made it easier to quit than to rise. But tonight, you're done believing lies. This is the moment where your past stops controlling you. This is the moment where your pain stops owning you. This is the moment where your doubt loses its voice. Feel that? That's your old self breaking. That's the weak version of you collapsing under its own weight. And what's left is something heavier, stronger, sharper. You're not here to improve anymore. You're here to evolve. The evolution starts now. If you could see the version of you that's coming, you'd never sleep again. You think this road is supposed to be easy? No. This road is supposed to break you, because only the broken can rebuild themselves into something unrecognizable. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your sculptor. Every scar you carry is a blueprint. Every heartbreak is a turning point. Every betrayal is a lesson wrapped in fire. You didn't go through all that to stay weak. You didn't survive all that to stay the same. Life wasn't punishing you. Life was preparing you, sharpening you, pushing you into the darkness so you could learn how to create your own light. So stop seeing your past as a cage. It was training. It was the forge. And you walked out of it as a weapon. Stop telling yourself you're damaged. You're not damaged. You're designed. You're engineered by struggle. You're built from storms most people wouldn't survive. No. If they lived your life for a single week, they'd break. They'd crumble. They'd fall on their knees. But you you're still standing, and that is not luck. That is not coincidence. That is strength. Strength you keep pretending you don't have. Strength you keep setting aside because you're really afraid of what will happen if you fully step into it. They're not ready for your comeback the moment you stop doubting yourself. The world starts doubting their ability to stop you. You've been living like your life belongs to everyone else. Like their expectations matter more than your truth. Like their approval is oxygen, and without it you'll suffocate. But listen to me. Your life doesn't belong to them. Your future doesn't belong to them. Your strength doesn't belong to them. You owe no one your silence. You owe no one your softness. You owe no one your smallness. What you owe is to the person you were before the world broke you, the kid who had dreams bigger than fear, the kid who believed in themselves before anyone taught them not to. You owe them a comeback, a loud one, a brutal one, a historic one. And trust me, when you finally rise, the same people who doubted you will act like they always believed. The same people who ignored you will suddenly pay attention. The same people who talked down on you will pretend they were testing you. Don't fall for it. You don't rise for them. You rise for the version of you that refused to quit. You rise for the nights you cried quietly. You rise for the days you kept going even when your soul felt heavy. You rise because quitting was never in your blood. You just forgot who you were. Now you remember. This is where everything flips. Your glow-up isn't coming. It has already started. People don't realize something about you. You don't break easy. You break open. You don't fall apart. You fall into place. You don't lose yourself. You shed the version of you that was never real. The deeper you go inside yourself, the stronger you come back. That's why life keeps hitting you harder than others. It's not because you're weak. It's because life knows what you're capable of. Life knows the force you can become. Life knows the darkness you can walk through without losing your mind. Life knows the fire you carry in your chest. You're not built like them. You're built different, deeper, darker, more deliberate, more aware, more alive. You have to stop playing the role of the unlucky one. You're not unlucky. You're chosen. Chosen to suffer enough to become powerful. Chosen to be isolated enough to become self-made. Chosen to feel pain deep enough to understand what real growth requires. Chosen to walk alone long enough to never need validation again. Everything you've survived has shaped a mind that doesn't crack and a heart that doesn't fold. The final awakening, a stronger you is coming, and the world is not prepared for that version. Now breathe, slow, deep. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the pressure in your chest. That's not anxiety. That's awakening. That's the warrior in you stepping forward. That's the shadow knight inside you pulling its armor on. That's the sound of a life you were meant to live calling your name. From this moment forward, you move different. You think different. You work different. You walk like someone who has nothing to prove but everything to become. You speak like someone whose voice holds weight. You show up like someone who knows their value, not someone who hopes others see it. You rise quietly. You grind silently. You transform relentlessly, and you let your results, your discipline, your focus, make the noise your mouth doesn't. This is your turning point, your rebirth, your emergence from the shadows. The world doesn't get to break you anymore. because you're too deep to break, too heavy to move, too powerful to stop. Your new life starts now. And the old you? They'll never see that version again.